Hello and welcome to the Above Average Scrubs podcast. I'm your host Darius, and I'm joined today by my two co-hosts, Randy, Leon, and a very, very special guest, Miss Simone.
Hey,
how are we doing today?
I'm glad I'm here.
How come I didn't get a Mr. Randy? What the fuck?
I was actually, why didn't I get a Mr. Simone?
I mean, you're right. You're right. I mean, I should have asked how you identify. I apologize.
That's okay. I know your netizens are so curious about my gender identity. I'm sure they're writhing with curiosity.
Yikes.
Yikes.
Man.
Oh.
Are we just all Ash? Oh, no, never mind.
And we could be Ash.
So,
by the way, I should probably mention that we are doing today's podcast in a very special format. By very special, I mean just like every other person who does a podcast. We have a video session now. But with a twist. We're playing Uno on Overwatch.
Oh god.
So come check out our YouTube at youtube.com Above Average Scrubs.
Is that the URL?
I mean, that might be it. I don't know.
What the fuck you mean that might be it? You just dropped the whole full ass URL. Why didn't we write it down?
I mean, because we're scrubs. That's why we didn't write it.
Damn it. Look, just go Google it. Not Google it. YouTube, search it. You'll find it. You only have one video, which is this video.
So there you go.
Fuck.
Alright.
Since I've played Uno on here, I forget what I
Oh,
do.
man.
I don't know how to play Uno.
Yeah, I forgot.
Do you jump to like play a card?
You crouch.
Yeah, I think so.
You crouch.
The skill.
You crouch.
If you jump, you pick up a card.
Okay, I crouch.
Or maybe it's the opposite.
Stop.
Or
Yeah, because you maybe pick up a card.
I mean, you do what? I said crouch was pick up. I said
No,
that.
you said crouch was play.
Anyways, what are we talking about today, Darius?
Wait, but isn't it? What did I just
Play
say?
that back, my guy.
Oh shit! I sure did say that. My bad.
Lamau. Okay. Alright.
I will take full responsibility for that goof.
Hey,
Fair enough.
proud of you.
Now, Simone, as a guest, I have to ask you a very important question.
Yes, of course.
Have you listened to a single episode of our podcast?
I listened to the first 3 episodes and then I
First 3 episodes. See, there we go. You a true friend. You a true friend.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna say I get kind of weird. Like podcasts are kind of weird for me in general, and I listen because just kidding. My finger slipped. I muted myself. I care about your content and I care about supporting you, and I like to hear what you guys think about stuff without me having to. Fuck! It is to pick up. I'm screwing up, dude.
I'm sorry about episode 2.
Oh yeah, I just wasn't gonna talk about it.
Yeah. I mean, I've had plenty of my coworkers, I tell them, like, please skip episode 2. And they're like, yo, you were wild. And I was like,
I'm sorry. I've been apologizing to a lot of people nonstop who around me who want to like listen, and I was like, I'm just gonna apologize for episode 2.
Yo,
I know that.
It's one of those things. You guys are just like, it's episode 2, right? Are you supposed to get it all right exactly all the time without trying?
Yeah.
You guys are good. You're good people. You're genuinely good people. It's like they're gonna be all right.
Yeah.
If they haven't learned that about you, they don't deserve you.
Oh, that's sweet.
that is sweet. That is sweet.
Damn, that's.
Randy,
I don't know.
my dad will never get you the same way now. I just want you to know that.
It's okay. He won't make eye contact. He'll just be staring down at me.
Yikes.
It's like, sir, my eyes are up here.
Oh, I totally said that I was going to. I'm sorry.
But yeah.
All right, Darius, take us into the usual.
So, I mean, so the typical rundown, Simone. We usually just talk about random things. Nothing important. This is also for our new viewers. We just talk about things that we feel like will make the world a better place.
Giving her a syllabus.
Scrubbing out the bad things of the world to make a better one.
Wow.
The purge.
Jeez.
So, I don't know, man. I've been listening a lot lately. Yeah, I definitely think in today's times, one of the things that are killing society is I want to say the chase for clout, the pursuit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think that's like a millennial problem, right? It's like, hey, you have an interest, monetize it, or else it's worthless. And then social media kind of feeds on that, and so you're looking for numbers and you're like chasing popularity. But it's at the end of the day, I guess it's for your well-being. But
I mean, it makes you wonder, did that start with the days of MySpace? Because the Zuckerberg is coming out with the metaverse to expand social media and whatnot. So I mean, and there's been a lot of talks about is social media unhealthy? Is it a danger to society? Does it literally make people dumber? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z.
I feel like there's a lot of things in society that make people dumber.
Including other people.
I mean, yeah.
And literally other people.
that's the one. That's the one.
Oh my gosh. I think what's making people dumber these days is the fact that, they're not listening to people who like go into like huge amounts of debt to like learn about something anymore.
Yeah, it's like they hear the surface level argument, they're like, that's the argument I'm gonna take.
Yeah.
To the top of this hill.
I'm sorry.
You're good. Like, I feel like a lot of people are more willing to listen to their friend than to listen to an expert.
Do it.
Oh, I didn't mean to swap with my cars with. Oh my god!
Yikes! Rookie mistake.
Look, all right, we already see the drawbacks of like trying to fucking play this game while talking about serious shit. All right,
I'm multitask, man.
That's why I feel like I screwed everybody up at the beginning because I was like, yeah, it's this button while I talk about myself. It's this button.
Well, I don't think the chase for clout started with Instagram or social media.
Is the pursuit of clout actually a bad thing, though? I mean, in its nature, is it a bad thing?
I'm gonna apologize for Darius cutting you off there,
right.
Leon.
Oh, you
hardcore.
My fault.
There's a lag, maybe mentally, perhaps.
I guess.
I mean, the lag is probably because of the tequila I'm drinking right now.
Wow.
You want me to talk politics, play Uno, and what?
Drink, right?
Drink, yeah, that's super multitasking.
Right. So I was saying that I don't think it started with social media. I think it started with Hollywood, or just
there it is. There it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
And people wanted to chase clout and wanted to be, popular by being around those people. Even if they're not a good actor or an artist, they just.
What was the word? Groupie? Is that
exactly.
You can use that term.
Yeah.
Even people who you think about like the whole concept with people who are friends with Kardashians or Dirty Diana. That whole song is literally about, I just want to mess so I can be known for sleeping with you as a celebrity. You know what I mean?
True. Well, I mean, the reason why I say is necessarily like the pursuit of clout a bad thing, because it seems like it drives people to truly go for that ambition, Like, it's like a motivational factor.
I guess it's one way to like motivate you to like do things and everything, but when like a majority of your like time is spent making sure people notice you, I don't know, I can't get behind it.
Yeah, because there's a difference between like when you start making art for yourself and then you start making it for other people just to make sure that they like it, instead of you just liking it for yourself.
Yeah.
True. That's true.
But it is a good motivator if you know how to use it as motivation and not as a guideline, not as I have to please the public. Instead of this is what I want to show the public. Let's see if other people like it, kind of thing.
That's fair.
Even kind of piggybacking off of that, and also like an inverse, I think there's the clout chasing that can make you ambitious, but is that the kind of thing that someone who isn't a naturally ambitious person is even like inclined to pursue? Like if the concept of notoriety and fame appeals to you and you want that already kind of shows a level of ambition. Versus if you want to continue to make your art for your art, I'm gonna just keep holding these cards forever because I cannot play it.
I missed my last turn too. It's fine.
It's all good. This is growing pains.
Yeah, like I'm not a very ambitious person when it comes to stuff like that. I try to make my art for my art, but trying to...
It's your turn.
Yes. Trying to live and survive as an artist requires people to know who you are.
Right.
Correct.
Otherwise, how am I gonna... I appreciate you guys. I love you so much. Thanks for commissioning, but you can't pay all my bills, right? But the concept of social media management and... Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, I got skipped like back in high school when they was trying to pick people for teams.
I had it.
Damn, you ran out of time.
That's not fair.
It's okay. Finish that thought.
I can't. It's gone.
It's gone.
It's like you need people to pay for your shit, but the idea
yeah, but it's just having to build and market myself. That's just always been super daunting to me. I'm not into the concept of it. So clout chasing could be taught.
Why have you skipped me twice now, Darius? I just want to play these damn cards.
We're playing Uno, man.
It's the only thing of the color he has. Bully him.
God damn it. I know. Fuck you. Anywho, but yeah, scary marketing yourself.
Shit, that was my turn. Weird. Yeah. Well, scary as much as it is just not into it. You know, I like if people like my stuff, but I don't necessarily care if it's what's the word?
You get famous?
I can't think of the word. Not sought after. Like, people really want to like obtain it and garner it and do all this stuff. And I'm like, yeah, if you like it and I keep my lights on, that's cool. But I don't care if I never get 10,000 followers. If I hit 3,000, I'll be shocked.
Well,
now, here's my thing: is it now more so for the notoriety or for the financial benefit?
You too, you little.
Say it. Say it with your chest.
No, this is a family-friendly podcast.
Oh, heard.
But yeah, sorry, Darius, go on.
But yeah, is it more so for the fact of like, hey, I'm doing this for super clout because I want people to know my name, or is it like, now I see that people who are known get financial stability? What do I mean, what do you think is do you think that's more so the option than it is, just pursue of clout in general?
I mean, it could be.
I think I know I just shot on like chasing clout with my last actual statement, but I think like in support of clout chasing, great things happen when people strive for greatness and to be recognized. So like, I don't feel like we should like shut it down all entirely, but like those who truly want to be like recognized or leave something behind will usually end up doing, like if they're successful, it's kind of good for a lot of civilization. Like, one of the low-key ones, Mr. Dewey Decimal. as someone who organizes a bunch of shit on a day-to-day basis, the idea of someone coming up with Dewey Decimal in their fucking spare time is like
Leon.
Slept on.
Leon,
right?
No.
I mad appreciate that person right now for existing, and I don't know if he did it to be great, but I know that I just want him in his death to know that he was great for doing that. I appreciate it.
True.
I think I just lost a lot of interest in my character. Oh man. But yeah, I don't think clout chasing's all like bad, but I understand that too much of anything is a bad thing.
True.
Regardless of whether it's good for you or not. It's like those who do great things will be recognized for doing great things, but if those who just want to like be recognized for like knowing people, I think that's like not helpful in any way, shape, or form.
Oh, guys, you fucked me. I'm sorry. Oh no.
I mean,
we curse all the time on this. Don't feel like you have to censor your.
Oh yeah, no, that family friendly thing was just a joke.
Oh.
Wow.
Sorry.
Did you not listen to episode 3? I mean, episode 2.
Well, I was going to say maybe you were turning over a new leaf.
Nah, man. The only leaves I be turning is this. Oh wait, I'm in Texas. I can't finish that sentence.
Exactly. This is no narcotics division. Open up.
Criminalized in Maryland.
Ah,
Lamau, nice.
Specifically? Yeah.
That's so good. That's progress. Ain't no reason people should be doing life for this shit.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, there's more severe crimes that people are getting off with
There's
like 5 to 10
Supreme Court judges who could definitely use some jail time.
Lamau.
this is true.
What's I know you brought it up and everything, but what made you bring it up? Wow.
Do it again. Oh.
No.
Okay.
I wanted Darius's cards.
Yeah.
But yeah, Darius, what made clout jump into your mind all of a sudden? Because that shit randomly appeared in our
I mean, because like just seeing videos of, I think it was this one video of this guy who was driving like ridiculously fast on the highway, right? And he's like TikTok famous, and then he's like, oh, like, you know, like he threw a fit about like, do you know who I am and shit like that, and then he was just like, oh, you know, I'm doing this for my followers. Then he said, oh, and then he reneged and was like, oh, you know, this is just an unhealthy environment for myself. You know, I shouldn't do this. I shouldn't be this way. And like, you know, I want an apology and stuff like that. But this dude like could potentially serve like some serious jail time for like, because he led people on like he led them on a high-speed chase, I think. So. And I'm just
you were frustrated that adults were acting like little kids when they want attention.
Yeah,
they act out and do stupid shit that would get them in trouble, but want to be forgiven for doing stupid shit because they're just doing it for jokes.
Well, not just for jokes, but for clout. Like, I want to be famous, so therefore I'm a
stupid shit that normal people don't do. No, yeah, that's stupid. Don't do that.
Like, and that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. Like, to me, I think clout is slowly killing common sense. It's just like, oh, but this will get me famous though if I do this, even though I know I'll probably go to jail for this, or I may end up hurting somebody to this. It's like,
I think what's worse is the people like who will be like, nah, he was just doing it as like a video. He shouldn't have to face any consequences or not. Motherfucker.
Then he would have done it legally. Like, that's all you had to do was be like, I'm gonna buy this set of not land or road, cut it off so that everyone's safe, and just do it and not do it
and not endanger other people while doing it.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's fine if you want to do it for yourself, but once you start taking into account bystanders, bro, all that shows people is that you're an asshole who doesn't care about their fellow man.
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
I have nothing but Leon's shitty cards.
I know exactly those cards.
Because absolute.
Okay, wow, look at this.
Fusion.
Dang, that's
I don't even know what happened. I don't know what to do in this situation, Simone.
Yeah.
I got a shit ton of cards that ain't useful. Why would you change it to the same color it was? What is wrong with you? Why? We have other colors. There's 3 other colors.
Yeah, one.
I don't have one of those.
This William does to people, guys.
Because you think maybe perhaps that was why I did that?
You have 7 other cards, Simone.
Yeah. Yeah.
3 other colors. I'm already in the shithole. Why do you make it the same colors they was playing with their 2 and not 2 cards?
Because unfortunately, you're after me.
Hey, it's how cookie crumbles, my guy.
You gotta hit a reverse on that shit if you don't want these consequences, my friend.
Could have just changed it to a color that you could use.
I didn't need to.
Well, I'll do it for you then.
No, oh, thanks, sir. I appreciate it. Oh, wow, did that work out in your favor? How'd that go? Was that a good time for you?
I don't think so.
Hey, Darius, what color is your card? What color is your card?
You're all turning against me. And I don't even have all the cards. Well, I have all the cards. Darius is the one without all the
Do you
cards.
have anything? Like, do you have something?
I don't have shit.
Well,
Yo, y'all can't apply. We don't do shit like that.
Wow.
I should have just reversed it. I'm sorry, Leon. I should have believed in what you might have had.
You set me up for future failure.
I set you up.
Wow.
For our listeners, Randy just fed me all the cards I needed to win.
Yeah, because they wouldn't help me help them. They help themselves help Darius.
You can help yourself by learning how the swap function works.
It just be like that sometimes.
Wow.
Oh man.
My feelings a little hurt.
Are you in a game for every topic? That sounds crazy.
Actually, that's a good topic. Feelings.
Feelings? What?
Actually, yeah, well, hurt feelings in general, right?
Hurt feelings?
No, for real. Have you gotten to the point as an adult where you've significantly stopped caring about other people's feelings?
Say
No,
start
because
or
I
stop?
empathize like a bitch, bro. I can't.
The general public's feelings are like my loved ones.
I mean, either or.
Okay, well, sometimes yes, but. Oh, it's my turn. Oh, hold on.
So you said start, right, Darius?
Who said
Stop?
It was start or just or like or have you already gotten to that point where you're just like I really don't care how people feel, you know?
I mean, I feel like that's the best way to go about life. You shouldn't care about how people feel, at least about yourself, about how you are. But like, if it's someone that needs empathy at that moment, then yeah, you should care. But not like to the extent that it detriments what's going on with you in your life.
Right. Caring is one thing. Like sacrificing a bit of yourself for someone you don't really know, that's a bit much. Don't do it in a way that like will hurt you in the end.
But how hurt do you have to be for it to no longer be worth your time?
You shouldn't be hurt at all. I'll be honest with you.
Well, I mean, I say hurt like in a looser sense, like inconvenienced, disposed.
Like inconvenienced in a way.
Right, like if you have $20 and a hat and somebody else has no hat and needs $10, do you hold your $20 or do you give them $10?
Damn.
I mean, it's kind of rhetorical. Like
it's a rhetorical, and I honestly don't like questions like these or examples like these, because when it comes to like life situations and where everybody is at, there's a lot of like other factors in here. It's like, yeah, you have $20 and a hat, and that person doesn't have $20 and a hat, but like say you give him like the $10, but that was literally your last $20 for the week, and now like you're fucked.
Yeah.
Like it's always a thing. It's like, I'm all for charitable giving. If you can't, like, if it's not gonna fuck you up, give it. But if it is gonna fuck you up, don't give it.
Yeah.
Like you got rice and like some eggs in your fridge, so like maybe you could make it a couple of days if you really had to, because you decided to give this person that money.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, like, what's that? I don't do a lot of church things or biblical readings because
Tithing?
No, not fuck tithing.
Yikes.
Okay.
I don't feel so strongly about the church as an organization at all. But it's so like the whole, what's it called? That one fucking parable about like something in my eyeball, the splinter in my eye. Like, worry about the splinter in my eye first before like the log in my neighbors or some shit. Yeah,
I mean,
you got worry about your own problems before worrying about someone else's problems.
If you switch those, it makes it really, really wild. Worry about the log in your eye before the splinter in your neighbor's.
Right.
Yeah, you have a log in your eye, bro. You best be dealing with that shit.
That's just super funny. I think it's just funny because that's some shit I'd try to pull. Oh, hey, but I know you've got a splinter over there. Let me come take care of that. This has been here all day. I'll take care of this tomorrow.
Right,
Tomorrow.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Right, yeah. I feel like there's no like way to bastardize that little life lesson there into like something weird, because if you like rearrange it, it just makes even more sense.
Right, yeah.
To deal with your own shit first.
Yeah, I mean that's true. I mean you should always look out for yourself, but like.
So yeah, going back to the topic of empathizing, it's like, again, if you're in an okay enough place, or like to like care about someone else, go ahead. Like no one's gonna stop you from caring. But like if you're neglecting yourself to take care of, like to care about someone else, I feel like you have your priorities out of whack. Because what's the point of like you doing all that if you're like not taking care of yourself either? Because then at the end of the day, that other person's just gonna feel like shit.
True.
And how
Now
much
you're
are you
not-
actually taking care of them if you're not taking care of yourself? Because at the end of the day, if you're not okay, how are they going to be okay with you taking care of them? Like, it doesn't make sense.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean that's true.
Yeah. So I mean,
But
okay, go on.
I was gonna say, but do you feel like people have really gotten to the point to where they only see themselves as like, you know, like I have to only look out for myself, and I only have. I mean, I guess the state of selfishness, you know, but like, just at the fact of like, how can I say this? Because I have no direct benefit, therefore, even though it may benefit the many, because I have no direct benefit, I'm not going to do this at all. You know what I'm saying?
I think people have always been that way.
Yeah, there's always been people like that in the world, and it's the whole like if you can feel altruism, that's all you need. That's all. That's why there's good people in the world. That's why there's people that still give in the world. It's because they get a good feeling from giving to others or helping others. So
Yeah.
The dark side and the light side have to remain balanced.
Yeah. There will always be selfish people. There will always be selfless people. Then there's always people like me, who doesn't let Darius play.
That's fair. but like, have y'all fucked yourselves like getting to that point at all, or like as y'all have gotten older, now that y'all have had more responsibilities, more things to focus on, you know, things of that nature?
what do you mean? Have we like messed up ourselves while trying to be altruistic?
Not necessarily messed up yourselves, but like, for example, you just feel a little bit more cynical because it's like, well, man, like, I don't know if I like that because I gotta get this check in the morning, you know? So I don't know if I can, like, empathize with the fact that so on and so forth, in this state or whatever needs this, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, the thing
Damn it,
is,
I was
what
hoping
the
you
heck
didn't have
already?
anything.
The thing is, like,
I almost
at the end
accidentally
of the day, it's
picked
not
up.
your business. If
Yeah.
you help, that is good, but it's not your business to help. You didn't put them in that situation, so it's not your responsibility to take them out of it.
True.
I think it all boils down, Darius. Everybody lives their own life and lives it differently, and they have different values about how they want to do shit. If you want to care about people, care about people. If you don't want to care about people, don't care about people.
Wait, I'm sorry.
But the thing is, because, you know, there's people on opposite ends in the extremes of whatever it is that we're talking about,
My business.
people are gonna hurt each other. at the same time, people are gonna help each other. It's a weird shit about people, man. We're complicated fucks.
True. That's true.
And I don't think there's any wrong way to live, but I do think there's something wrong about you hurting someone else for like no genuine reason.
Well, what if they have a genuine reason, which is what they see to be is their self-benefit?
Like, okay, that's not a genuine reason.
But that goes back to how fucked do you have to be for it to no longer be a good enough cause to do something about it? If the most minor inconvenience for someone is just enough cause for them to say, this is not worth my time, even if it means that they could be doing some good, that's quote unquote a genuine enough reason for them not to do it. Even if it's not that big of a deal. And who sets that standard? They do. I can't.
Correct.
I can't say, hey, you're an asshole. This would not take that much for you to help this person, but you just don't want to. And that's fine, because he doesn't have to, technically.
Yes.
True.
It's just that's the kind of thing that's just too many factors.
Right.
Like that whole hat and $20 thing. I know I use it as a metaphor, but that's an actual situation I was in like a couple of months ago. And I spent so much time kicking myself. I was like, why the fuck did I give them this money? Like, why would I do that? Why the fuck would I do that? I'm so stupid that I need that money. But I was fine.
Right.
Because I assessed the situation and I knew that it could have been a whole lot worse. I could have definitely screwed myself over way worse. But in my mind at the time, I was like,
yeah, fuck y'all.
Take that draw 16, my guy.
Just uninstall. Hey, if we were playing blackjack, you'd win. Great job.
Y'all still doing this shit. But yeah, go on. Sorry.
Oh, God dang! I didn't think it was gonna. I was really scared because if it made it back to me, I wasn't sure if I was gonna be.
Right. I was just watching it go around. I was like, oh no.
Oh man. This game is. Guys, I want Mario Party so bad.
Man, we could do that next. Shit.
Oh, absolutely.
That sounds harder. What? This is already too much.
It would be hard.
It would be intercut a lot more with some extra yelling. I hear that Haunted Mansion map is a kicker.
Yeah, they dropped some new ones. But yeah, I think, you know what? I lost my train of thought. I'm not even gonna lie. that pickup 16 cards just fucked like everything.
I know. Sorry, the fucking my controller, like my little PlayStation notifications were popping up, and it was like in the way of the cards, so I couldn't see which one I was selecting.
Yeah, man. Fuck, who was talking about?
Pick that card up, bro. Pick it up. Pick it up, Cassidy. Pick it up. I'm sorry. What were we talking about? We were talking about helping people and putting yourself the varying grades and arrays of how inconvenient versus it's like the risk cost risk, like what's the trade-off? Are you really gonna lose that much, or unless it's like an ongoing situation in which you are actually sacrificing your self-care for someone who is not at least contributing emotionally, or like I don't know, in some kind of substantial way, that at least if you're putting yourself out, it's because you're getting something in return. Like, you're not throwing pennies into a well. Let me do it. No!
Yeah. That's true. Yeah. So you mentioned self-care, right? And we've stressed multiple times that self-care is the best care, right? But so you notice how now that mental health is a big part of not a big part, but it's a growing part of
our concerns.
Well, not just concerns, but it's commonplace. It's starting to become more commonplace. The topic of it,
Oh, the discussion of it.
Yeah, the discussion, trying to accommodate, and so on and so forth. how do you feel about when people, if we say self-care is the best care, and for example, we have students making groups in schools that, you know, whether it be affinity groups, whether it be
For affinity.
I
We get all
mean,
demonetized.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, or whether it be, you know, that, or it may be, you know, social clubs, safe
Where does
spaces.
clicks?
I mean, not necessarily clicks, but you know, but they're making things to where it is a self-care option for them, you know. And some people are like, oh, well, you know, we don't like the fact that there's like certain aspects that in schools that we didn't have, or I just feel that like this, that, and the other, you know.
You're talking about people who are mad that things are better for the younger folk.
Not just that they're better for the younger folks.
There are more
but,
options for people that they didn't have growing up.
That, and it's just that, like, you know, they feel that if it's not a safe, or if it's not what I deem is important, you know, it's not, or if it's not the mental health that I deem important, then I don't want it, you know. Does that make sense? Or am I just rambling?
Off my student loans with the government, so it wouldn't be fair if these kids got to.
That's all I hear.
That's pretty much all you're saying. It's like a lot of the people who are like getting mad at schools for making like support groups for people starting now instead
I have so many cards I can't
having them like faff about in their adult life is just, I don't know, like it's just pointless. Like, because as a civilization, as members of society, we should always be wanting things to get better. It's like, yeah, you got through it and you might think that you're fine, but the fact that you're looking at like the younger folk and acting all jaded and hurt and angry and frustrated means you're not fine. Because if you were okay, like with it, if like you were able to make it through and become as great as you are without those things, then this wouldn't affect you, because it doesn't affect your life. Well, it doesn't affect your life that much.
So you claim.
So I claim.
Being like, a self-soother doesn't mean you're okay.
Exactly. But I don't know if we're providing support for kids that you didn't have, or if things are a little bit easier compared to the time when like you were growing up. Why should you be frustrated at that? Like, your life growing up was easier than your parents.
Yeah, most likely.
And that's true. How it works. You're living longer than your parents. Well, you should with modern medicine. Well, at least your parents live long. Whatever. I'm fucking rambling.
Come on, Leon.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Damn, Shotty. Yikes.
Okay.
I don't know. Name off my screen.
I don't know, man. I feel like mental health, I'm happy that it's being a topic of discussion more and more these days. I really am, because a lot of people put themselves in like city situations they can't get out of a lot because they are unable to like value themselves. Like we've all heard stories, know somebody, seen a movie, read a book about like somebody being in a relationship that's just bad for them, but they can't leave, right? Out of like fear or any other things. Like the person who's like abusing them or placing them in that predicament has like a mental hold on them that they just can't escape, you know?
True.
So like with more like mental health support systems, I feel like people can at least understand what is a better life, or like what can be better, instead of just accepting what they're putting themselves in. Not a lot can be controlled, obviously, because finances. Well, I can't say the word. Finances are like always like unstable and shit, but like you can control how like people treat you to an extent, or like what you're willing to subject yourself to an extent.
True. It's also true. Man, got a lot deeper than I thought it was gonna get.
I mean, shit, like, I feel like
Oh, it's not my turn.
I feel like Darius is like just it's like asking questions and shit, and we're just like a panel. Like he's just interviewing us. Like this could be like a talk show. Like,
Wait,
I mean, y'all do definitely have like very good takes, which is why I enjoy doing this podcast with y'all. I mean, of course, this is just the shit that goes on in my head,
hey, I don't know. It's weird, like thinking about things I genuinely don't have a lot of control over, and things like I wish people would think a lot about more. Like talking about things that I want people to think about more. What the fuck is this sentence I'm trying to get out?
Dream when you wish you could, you would
the bleed.
anything.
Bruh.
oh gosh.
Bruh.
Thank you. Oh wait, fuck. It didn't matter.
Man, all right. Let's get off the deep shit for a little bit. All right, we've all watched Squid Game.
Yeah.
I thought you said we were gonna get off the deep shit.
Right. Exactly.
That's not okay.
I mean, right?
Okay. All right. Just on that topic, would you do it?
Yikes.
I mean, if you cling to life, you lose perspective, So I mean, yeah. If I'm in the hole, and like in some respects, I respect that one woman who had like the kid or whatever, and like was like, oh, like I'm gonna put up my kid and take me or whatever. Like I respect her for that, but I'm talking about the fact when she said like, I mean, if we go back, we're just gonna be in the same situation anyway, which is pretty close to death. So like, what would be the difference?
Right, yeah. It's like there's that morality involved for sure, but it's like you're given like this string of hope, like literally fucking you're given an out. It's an out with like a shit ton of consequences, but it is an out. Well, not even any consequences. Actually, with zero consequences other than your morality is compromised from now on.
But your morality and you, I mean, and the fact that you just might die. I mean,
Yeah, you either win or you die. If it's an out you want, going back to the mental health conversation, there's other options.
so I mean, yeah, I guess so.
I mean, yeah. As soon as Simone said that, I was like, "Yeah, you're right. Hold up, wait a second."
I guess that is true. There are other options.
There are other options.
If you want to get out that bad, homie, you could have did that yourself. You didn't have to put on the jumpsuit.
But I guess.
I mean, yeah.
That's if you lose, but I think the chance of winning, the chance of winning and literally turning my whole life around versus just accepting death. Because I could. I'm just gonna put myself in the main character. Go on.
I fucked up. Did I fuck up? No, I didn't fuck up. I'm fine.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. Putting myself in the main character's shoes, with the situation going on with what I'm having. I probably could have struggled a few more years.
Sorry, guys.
Not a few more years. He's been struggling for almost a long time at that point.
Yeah, true.
Honestly, with the amount of debt that he was in, I don't see him climbing out of it. Even working like a decent 9 to 5, like fucking office man. I don't see him climbing out of it because it's just going to be like the remainder of his life in a perpetual I fucked up kind of thing. But that's because of the decisions he made in the beginning. So I'm pretty like he never really ever decided to turn his life around. And at the point that he was in, it sucks to say, but I don't think there was an opportunity for him to turn his life around.
True self is without form.
Person he was in episode 1, if he'd been the person he was at the end of the episode, even before the money, maybe he could have. Maybe. Not saying it was guaranteed. That's what living with debt is like, but...
Yeah. I guess that's true. I guess the mental health thing, going back and like changing your perspective on how you deal with things instead of like going through and keep trying what you've already known to fail might have like fixed things. But would he, character change and character development in a person, it's hard to happen without like a traumatic event or like a life-changing event involved. You know?
True. I mean, because it's debatable to say like he was probably the most morally aligned person in that show.
Nah, dude, that dude from India was.
True, he was. He was.
He was literally just hoed. He was just hoed. Like moving into Korea and like doing everything, he was just hoed by the person who like spoke to him first with the money.
Yeah, so I still think the main character is the most morally aligned. You don't know the morals of the Indian guy. You just know he was naive. I think that was naivete, not him being moral. He was just very nice, you know?
He was just easily fooled.
Yeah.
But that kind of behavior, not saying that he couldn't have just been naive and kind of daft, because that's what happens. But if you're the kind of person who would automatically think that this person is being earnest, because why would you think that someone is a shitty person if you don't have that outward perspective about other people?
Mm-hmm.
You trust in someone's sincerity because you're both in life or death situations.
Yeah.
That's how I read his character, but also as a fellow gullible person, I don't think I would have gave him my fucking marbles.
No, right?
I'm real gullible, but
I think that was just a little more. That was just more dumb than naive, to be honest with you. Because that's just wild. Like, I mean, you know, that's your only like that's how you survive, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And like, and my
by the way, spoilers.
No, we're gonna have a disclaimer in it. It's fine. We're chilling.
Oh shit! Who's trying to call me?
What, a month and a half since this thing's come out? I mean,
it's.
But it's still good to have the.
That's not that long.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
It's all good. It's been up and been talked about for a while. Shit's been popping off because of that show, so it's all good.
Thank you for the spoiler disclaimer you'll put in the video.
I'll just put it like in flashing white letters. Just spoiler alert.
Yeah, also if you're epileptic, don't ever watch this video.
Right.
Too late.
We're playing Overwatch.
Too late.
Yikes.
Yeah, we're gonna say that. Oh wait, you already explained that we're playing Uno and Overwatch in the beginning. We're talking about playing in Overwatch. It's just us like playing a fake card game.
Being third-rate duelist with fourth-rate decks.
My grandpa has weak card. Oh gosh. But yeah, nah, I'll be honest, y'all, I'd probably do it. I
So
would probably
also-
participate
sorry.
100% in Squid Game.
So if you went there not knowing 100% what you were getting into, and when it was time to push that button,
Just to like go back home and get it stop playing, I would press yes. I would kept playing.
So, what if it got to the point, okay, so, at first that it was just like, well, we aren't the ones doing the killing, I'm just surviving. And then the culling happened,
Oh, the late night shit?
Yeah.
No, I don't think I would have participated in that. That's the thing. Like,
where were you gonna go? Were you gonna go to the bathroom?
dude, I'm gonna freaking try to survive it out. Like, if someone comes after me, I'll defend myself, but I'm not gonna like instigate shit. All right.
That's when I knew I couldn't watch that show. That's when I knew that scene. Every other thing that happens in that show, as terrible as it was, that scene that fucked me up. I was so sick because that's the kind of thing. That's the kind of horror that I am like terrified of. Like, oh my gosh.
Mob
just
mentality shit.
Genuine, unrelentless, like just unnerving human. Like, just what's the lack of compassion? What's the opposite of that word?
Antipathy.
It sounds like you said anti-pussy with a lisp.
Damn, we got a snort on record.
Yikes.
Oh gosh, I moved to Maryland and got allergies. You're gonna get snorts.
Lamau. Is
sorry,
it antipathy?
Like the purge. The purge. That. Oh, I'm sick. Like I get sick just thinking about that. That's just like I hate people, right? But I could never. Like I like sports combats, but that kind of just I'm gonna take your life fucking because like what the hell? Like I can't handle it.
I don't think I could do that.
Ooh, no, I'd have to kill myself. I can't. Sorry, you can cut that out.
Yeah, if it came to if I made it to that night, I think it would be full self-defense mode, but I don't think I would have been out like hunting for people to like cull a herd.
But if you think about the final game, or even not in the final game, the second to last game, you have to live with the fact of like either you make somebody or convince them to go in front of you and take the risk of them dying, or you have to make them go in order to preserve your life.
Yeah.
So at some point, you would have had to participate in some sort of a culling.
Yeah, you don't get to passively survive.
Right,
you have to kill.
So, okay, I think the difference between that night and the game is that the game would have been self-defense because there's someone in my way refusing to participate, and because they're refusing to participate, they're putting my life in danger. Now, if they participated, they die. I participate, I die. Honestly, I'm fine with that. But if you're, intentionally causing my death by not participating, you're literally saying you're killing me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if I kill you, as self-defense.
Hola.
It's a stretch. It's a Mr. Fantastic kind of stretch.
Wow.
Yeah, that is.
But yeah, let's be honest, guys. I hope that never happens to me. I hope I never get super rock bottom and no one approaches me with that opportunity.
Yeah.
Because I will 100% take it.
Yeah. Going back a little bit on mental health, guys. If you have a gambling addiction, or if you feel that you have a very difficult time when it comes to how you spend your money, please, you can talk to a therapist about that. You don't have to suffer alone. Please work on your gambling addiction. You will tear your family apart.
True.
Yeah.
This episode is also sponsored by
No. Automatically
BetterHelp.
sued.
Do you wanna sponsor these guys?
We can't just be name dropping companies that aren't paying us.
Right. They're gonna be like,
They're doing it for free anyways, so why would they pay us?
Oh, okay, cut that out.
Yeah. Man. Eesh.
Please let me change my card. What the fuck?
oh man.
But yeah.
Well, I mean, but overall, I thought Squid Games was pretty good. You know,
Yeah, really well done.
conceptually. Yeah, I mean, it was just entertaining, honestly.
It's a good show, and I hope it stays that way. I hope there's not some multi-billionaire dude out there trying to make it happen for real.
Oh, but I don't know, YA dystopian novels have been showing us this kind of combative stuff. It happens. Technically, don't we already do it?
Yeah, I mean, when you do game shows like Wipeout and stuff like that, or Survivor, I mean, it kind of is Squid Games. Just no one's dying.
Yeah, like I'm saying, like don't actually bake like it like a life or death sport. Okay, Coliseum days are done with. But I understand the appeal for rich motherfuckers.
Have to sign waivers when they go on shows like that.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Like they did with Squid Games.
They did actually. They did sign a waiver.
He sure did say. He said, "I gave you the fucking paperwork." Don't
Y'all signed it. Y'all signed it. Y'all should have read that. No, you know what? Yeah. You know what? That's fair. He covered his ass.
Darius, stop.
Yeah.
Should know
They
that I haven't
definitely-
been able to participate in this game. Yeah, at all. I haven't played a single card.
Yikes.
It'd be like that. But yeah. But okay, so even though it's like a shitty situation, I can't seem to stop myself from watching like those kind of shows. Like even amongst anime, like Darwin's Game, Alice in Borderland was another one on Netflix that like has a manga that's really good. I do recommend the manga as well if you're interested in that shit. What's another one? Batum. It's BTOOM exclamation point. That one's really good. Like I love. I hate that I love watching survival game like type of shows.
Well, I mean, obviously you're not the only one. That's why there's an entire industry for it.
They're so good. I don't know why I just like intelligent protagonists. That's all it is. Sometimes I like lucky protagonists. Like I feel like they're more human, which is rough to say because it's like very dark. But you see people's like raw emotions at the extreme if they're portrayed well in those type of shows, and I enjoy that.
True.
Yikes! Oh, damn it!
It's not good.
What was the point?
It's like an unsharpened pencil. There is no point.
Oh, this fucking guy.
Leon, would you do it?
I don't feel like I would ever get to that point, but I probably would if I got to that point.
Yeah, right. If you got to the point, would you do it? I think that's how I should rephrase that question.
Well, but I mean, it didn't take that, Mr. SHU graduate or whatever.
I mean, it got to that point for him. He was about to have to put his mom out.
I mean, yeah, and he did tax fraud and shit like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it was that in jail. I mean, which is comparably what people say is closest thing to death you'll get.
I think that's the crazy thing about humanity. If pushed to like extremes of any kind, like it's just primal like instincts at that point. Once you take
it kind of all goes back to self-preservation, man.
shit, yeah.
It's your
bro.
hierarchy of needs.
Is that the best self-care?
Murder?
Oh shit. Damn. Am I finna okay murder?
Nah, we would never.
I don't know if I can do that. But in a perfect society, this would never even be a thing.
Well, yeah, you know.
Yeah, too bad. So
But we
sad.
live in a scrub society.
We live in a scrub society. Everybody's dirty. We're here to scrub y'all up.
Yeah.
What are we playing,
Absolutely.
gods now? Are we playing gods?
I mean, some people think that we were put on this earth to become the new chosen one, you know, and that's what the whole point of trial and tribulations are. But
So this whole planet and everything on it belongs to the people. Humans own the planet. I'm sorry. That was a little dramatic. I do apologize for that.
Captain Planet is a... I'm not finishing that song. I don't want to get copyright struck.
please don't.
Dang it, but now it's in my head.
I see you all over. I'm not finishing that song either.
It's going on YouTube. You can't do stuff like that.
I don't know. I think we get like what, like 5 seconds before. Oh, it's my turn. Before it like goes crazy. I don't know. I don't read. I need to read.
Yeah.
Shit.
That might help a lot of things too for people.
Reading.
Reading?
Yeah.
But
That's a topic for another day.
God damn. Yeah, we went all over the place. Sort of.
We did.
Yeah, I'm looking at our topics list and we didn't talk about anything on that list.
Nah. I mean, we talked about one thing and then we just ran based off of that.
Dang.
So I mean, so what I'm hearing is that we have chemistry and Simone needs to be a permanent part of the podcast. That's what I'm hearing. Yeah.
Cutting out. Can everybody hear Darius okay?
Yeah, we
Oh.
can hear Darius just fine. Yeah.
Okay, it was kind of weird and garbly. I wasn't really understanding what he was saying, but it sounded wrong.
Nothing about it sounded wrong at all. Leon, what's your hot take?
I think we're doing fine.
Yeah, Simone, we're doing fine.
Yeah, I think you guys have been doing fine this whole time, so carry on.
Well, it's about that time for the Brown Bear Bright Sides.
Oh shit, I don't not have an anime quote. So I'll have to come up with an actual bright side.
Yeah, looks like it.
Fuck.
So, Simone, the Brown Bear Bright Side is where we just think about or reflect about what we talked about today, try to come up with a bright side.
For all the negative shit that we just poured out.
Exactly.
I like that balance.
Yeah. Yeah. Normally there's like more anime talk and shit too, and like Randy's going off about titties or something, but
Yo, I completely forgot to talk about the new seasons of anime, but
man.
we'll talk about that next time.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Leon, not Leon, Darius. What the fuck? Yo, that shit fucked with me.
Nice. It was the best highlight intro in the game.
Yeah. All right, Darius, what's your brown bear?
The boy. I would say the best bright side I have is the fact that the fact that we for example, when we go back to the mental health talk, that we are recognizing the fact that mental health is very important, and as a society, we're getting to the point to where we're accommodating for those things, and we're spreading awareness. That in itself it's definitely a great accomplishment in my opinion. And while we have a lot to go and a lot of ground to make up, we are progressing. So yeah, that's my bright side.
Hey, Simone, you're muted.
I know I was. Sorry.
Lamau.
I was eating chips and I didn't want to get picked up on the recording while he was talking.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay. What is it? My turn?
I feel like it should be us and then Simone because she's
Yes. Yes.
Wow, Randy and his shitty common courtesy.
Yes, 100%. That's why I was muted.
Fuck. This is hard. I normally just do like an anime quote and call it a day. I guess the bright side for me is that
My business, my rule.
I think I'm just gonna piggyback off of Darius's because he's smarter than me. But what's it called? There's places where you can go to talk about things. You know, there is support. If you got stuff weighing on your mind, there is support. And you might feel some way, type of form about them because, you know, there's a stigma about reaching out for help. But humans ain't meant to live alone. So ain't no problem with reaching out with something that's there to help you.
Yeah, you should have just got an anime quote.
Fuck yeah!
Damn.
That was a good burn. Fuck you.
It was just that you're trying so hard. You don't have to try. It's like
Right.
whatever.
I don't know, man. I feel like it's
Kids.
go on.
No one can ever make you feel worse than you can feel about yourself. Next week, we're going to have a fire chief in to talk about how you can keep yourself safe at home and at school.
I think this is the most serious I've been for like an hour. And I think it's because I didn't eat before this shit.
Aw.
Oh my
I'm
God.
hungry. Leon, go.
My bright side is that there are indeed people out there that are good, that want to help and have the means to help.
Fair enough. Short and simple. All right. And special guest?
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll piggyback off the piggyback. Mental illness is not your fault, but it is your responsibility. So taking care to grow from trauma and not let the nihilism sink in takes work. And there are people who care. And Utada Hikaru is non-binary, and that's just a win for everybody.
Wow.
Wait, who?
Utada Hikaru.
Oh.
Hell yeah!
Bet.
My sanctuary. All right. Wait. Copyright. She has catchy shit.
Is it copyright if you're singing it? It's not like we have an audio track.
I feel like if it's in tune in any way, shape, or form that's similar enough to the song, it'll be copyright struck.
Damn,
Well,
you're
you
giving
have
yourself
to-
a lot of credit, aren't you, my man?
I don't know. I don't know.
This ain't rock band.
I don't want to hear from the one tone deaf motherfucker in the room. All right.
I mean, I'm just saying.
All the musicians slowly. Wait, no, he's not tone deaf. He does his best.
I'm just scared. I don't know what the actual tunes are, and I might be on tune. I don't want to chance it.
Well, there's tune and then there's pitch.
Pitch perfect. You want to make a barf angel?
Nah. Okay. Anyway. Well, thank you, Simone, for joining us in today's episode of the Above Average Scrubs podcast.
Thanks
Hopefully,
for
we'll
having
see you around more often. And be sure to check out our video on YouTube. Again, I don't have the URL present, so just type in Above Average Scrubs, and we should be the ones to pop up, and it'll be the only video here.
I want to say we could just edit like the URL into the video, but then like that defeats the purpose because they already found it.
Exactly.
It'll probably be in like the description for the podcast, maybe.
Oh, you're smart. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I mean, Leon's putting together a website. Surely you have hyperlinks.
Nah.
I mean,
All right.
we're Scrubs. What do you expect from
calling
us?
us out on every.
I expect above average.
Leon's the above average.
Aw, he's pretty great, huh?
He is.
He
He's
is.
pretty great.
I can't wait to stop recording. Can we
Bye.
see ya?
This tequila almost came out of my nose.